Okay, here's page 3, and it starts off with a word problem, and it tells you what X should be and what Y should be. X should be the year, Y should be the rent. And we've got years to work with here, 1990, 2000, and 1997. As I said on the previous word problem that involved years, make the first year 0. So that's going to be 0. That makes this year 10, and that year 7. Suddenly these numbers become a lot easier to manage than if you're talking about numbers in the thousands. All right, I don't have an obvious slope, and I don't have an obvious y-intercept. I've got to do a little more reading of the paragraph to realize why I'm going to end up saying that slope is 27. Slope is rate of change. It's how fast something is changing, how fast something is growing, how fast something is aging, how fast whatever it is that you're measuring, how fast it's becoming more expensive. Well, in this case, it is about getting more expensive. It's getting more expensive, $27 per year. 27 per year is going to be my rate of change, 27 over 1. So good, I've got a slope. Do I have a point to work with like in the previous problem? Well, I might want to make a table. As soon as I start, I'll realize I don't have to fill out the whole table. I've got year is equal to X. They told me that right here. And rent is equal to Y. And for Y, the only Y value I'm given is 375. There it is. But I'm given an X value for that. I'm calling it year 7 instead of 1997. So now I've got a point, 7, 375. And I've got a slope. Just like in the previous problems, that's all I need. I plug those into y equals mx plus b, and I start with y. 375 equals, there's my slope, 27. There's my x value, 7. So I got 7 times 27. 375 equals 7 times 27, which is what, 189? So I've got 375 equals 189 plus b. I just want b. I don't want this other stuff. I move the 189 over, and unless I did this wrong in my head, and I did this in my head, I'm sorry to say, I believe b turns out to be 186. If that's true, now I've got the two things I need. I've got b and I've got slope. Put them together, just like the previous problems, make an equation. Y equals 27x plus 186. That's the equation for that word problem. Move on to the next one. Now we're moving on to chapter 5.3. We're sticking with slope-intercept, and we're working from 2 points. Well, I'm going to want to find slope. I've got more I've got more point information than I might want, but I don't have any slope information, so I got to come up with that. Well, slope, again, is just change in y over change in x. This time I decided to do 8 minus 3 in this direction for the change in the y. So then I had to do 0 minus minus 1. 8 minus 3 is 5. That's really 0 plus 1 is 1. So my slope is 5 over 1. Y equals 5 over 1x. Now, this is the answer, so let me go backwards here a little bit. I should start over here. Next thing I got to do, let's cover up that answer for a while. We don't want to see that yet. I got to plug in one of the 2 points. I picked 0, 8. 8 equals 5, that's the slope, times 0, that's the x, plus b. 5 times 0 is 0. 8 is the same thing as b. Now I've got the 2 pieces I want. Slope and y-intercept. Y equals that slope times x plus that y-intercept. That's my equation. Next question. This is the last one in this page. This time I'm given 2 points on a graph, but I can't see the y-intercept. It's way up here off my screen. But I can see the slope, rise 4 to go over 1. So plug that in. I got a slope of 4 over 1, and I put that into y equals mx plus b. I also put either of the 2 points. It doesn't matter. I happened to pick this one, negative 3, 2. So I'm saying 2 is equal to that slope 4 times negative 3 plus b. 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. 2 equals negative 12 plus b. I move the negative 12 over. I'm going to find out that b is 14. And once again, I've got the 2 pieces I want, slope and y-intercept. Put them together. and my equation is y equals 4x plus 14. Let's see, that was the last question for this page, and next video we'll start with the next page.